hosting in the playoffs as we welcome you to TIAA Bank Field. Tonight we continue with Wild Card Weekend with what should be a great one between the Denver Broncos and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
He'll drop to throw. And right away, he lost the football. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. So that'll back him up 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on 3rd and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good-sized run.
A really good run, but how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Just go get it on 4th down. Do you really have a play you believe in, or are you just hopeful? And you got to sell it to the big man before it gets called.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This one complete to the tight end, O'Shaughnessy. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
3rd and 3.
Focusing on me, way from Tel Aviv. Barbados with the hustle, Pakistan.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. The safeties were well back there, and he had a lot of room. Were they in the cover too?
Yeah, they were, and the safeties were back. You know, usually they're 12 to 15 yards off the line of scrimmage, somewhere around the hash mark for each of them. But what also happens if the linebackers dive into the line, if you block them initially, that blocker can come off of them and get up to the safeties on the second level, and now you've got a big place to run the football.
So first and goal and an opportunity for our first points in this wild card game. Now a handoff here to his running back. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
It's now 4th and goal.
So on 4th down, Jags kicker Josh Lambo comes on from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by Lambo is good. Every possession in the postseason magnified, and look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit, so every point is precious.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he's going to go down. Back in his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. K'Lavon Chaisson, his 2nd sack of the night. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Taken from just outside the 30. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. Now the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. And he'll give it here to his running back. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hope we'll get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Intended for James O'Shaughnessy. Brings up 3rd down and 6 yards to go.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down.
Intended for D.D. Westbrook. Incomplete. It's now 4th down.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. He'll find Lindsey here. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good.
38-yard line.
Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Lindsey. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
He's brought down.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end.
The pass.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
The Broncos on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Here's a quick throw out left. It's complete. And he will have a Broncos 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Gain of 3.
It's a gain of 3, and it gets him the 1st. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. They go back to the ground now with Lindsey. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He'll get that complete to Albert O. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. This is the tight end Fant. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for Denver. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And their 2 drives thus far both led to points, albeit both field goals, so the lead just 6-0, but the ability to move the ball is evident.
Well, that's, heartening, as they say, but it's not what they're about. What they're about is putting the ball in the end zone and putting 6s on the board. So if you're the offensive coordinator, you like what you're doing, but you don't love it. You've got to find a way to ring that bell. Then you can have a little self-satisfied grin. Right now, a little more determination is needed.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He'll fight his man, Laviska Shenault. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work looking across midfield. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up first and 10. Back to throw. And some room to maneuver. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. That one 28 yards on the ground. I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
The running back, again the ball carrier.
Desmond King making the tackle.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. It's picked up by the Broncos. And nothing but daylight ahead. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. Oh, backbreaker. That'll drive the coach. The offensive coordinator just crazy. You get it all the way down there in the red zone. Can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive, and they'll be looking to start fresh. Just a moment ago, they were backed up, coughed up the football, and then saw it go the other way for 6 points.
I just wonder, partner, sometimes they put such an emphasis on things, and you know in that situation, as they ran out there, they were told, take care of the football, don't cough it up. And sometimes that's the last thing you hear, and that's exactly what you do.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That is caught by Josh Oliver, the former San Jose State Spartan. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
And to give this time to the tailback. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons, and he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
But we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Check, check, lucky, lucky, lucky. Check.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to find Gallup here complete. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Second and 4 at the 24-yard line.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's second and 4. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
take over.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
10 at the 23-yard line.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Laviska Shenault, the intended target. And it's 3rd and 4.
Brings up 3rd down and 4.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll try to run this one in. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle.
15-yard attempt.
And Lambeau will put this one through. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. Now the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate, in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the 2nd half of this AFC wildcard game. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll start the 3rd quarter here on the ground. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And this Bronco defense really selling out to stop the run, and it pays off. They get him behind the line twice in a row.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
And he's got his tight end, Oliver. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point, and what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue, not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Michael Ojemudia. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus.
And he fires one that's intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Justin Simmons up from his safety spot to make the tackle.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook, and it'll bring up third down. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Buying time to his left. He may try and run for this. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a first.
These type of plays are backbreakers for a defense. They thought they had him hemmed in, thought they were going to get him on the ground with the pass rush, but were unable to do so. He gets away, picks up a big first down, and sets up 1st and goal inside the 10.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. And to give this time to the tailback. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
3rd and goal at the 4-yard line. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5.
Brought down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Lambeau on for the field goal. A 22-yard attempt.
The kick by Lambeau is good. And that will push the lead up to 12-7. So making 4 out of 4 now in the field goal department, and he's able to extend their lead.
When drives have bogged down, he's been automatic out there. So nice to have a kicker you can count on to put points on the board.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. A gain of 6 there on first. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 48. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily. I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
And this one is incomplete. DJ Chark, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. They'll set up a throw. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. From 19 yards away. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Forced out to his left. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 36. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open.
True.
So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
Taken down at the 19-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup.
1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Broncos 7.
Now they try the right side here. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, You're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about running them into submission, hasn't he?
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. And that one makes this a 19-point game.
Next to score, Jaguars 26, Broncos 7.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
That's going to be caught by Judy. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Give them 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down.
1st down, Broncos.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Brings up
facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Down to throw here, complete on the right sideline. And he'll go down at the 28. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. The ball comes out, and the ball ends up out of bounds, so it'll be a loss on the play. 2nd time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation.
3rd down.
The Broncos on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And now here is another interception. Picked by Jared Wilson. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark taking it in. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. Well, look, this is a team, Charles. They faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division, but they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game, a message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And at this point, maybe you say, you know, it was a good effort really just to make the playoffs. They couldn't win their division, but did earn a wild card berth. It does appear, however, that they're... It got his man complete. And all the way down to the 35.
A gain of 40 yards.
It's a big play there for the Broncos. And even 40 yards. Now a play fake here on first down. Able to get this to Gordon. They'll give him 7 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Back to throw again. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for, but it's going to be second down.
At the 22-yard line.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Joe calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
And it brings up 3rd down.
And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
Kicker on for the point after.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. Shaquem Griffin, he was relentless there as he hits home for the sack.
Taken down back at the 15-yard line. Tonight's final score, Jaguars.
Getting into the playoffs is one thing. Now they get to move on. Just 8 teams left.
The dream stays alive. Everyone's gunning for the Super Bowl. That's the ultimate. But you have to get there in incremental steps. One win today gets them one step closer.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Jaguars are winners here as we say...
Let me me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain. Pain, can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I ask. Can I?
Hey, could count on my power, hey, look at my dogs. It was way back then, could claim what you saw, but you weren't with us. Hey. The higher the climb, the harder the fall, but how did you get up? I done got rich and went broke, then got rich again, just a little hiccup. I done been ballin' this pickup. Remember me being so bummy and being so hungry, I had to eat gristle. Ay, how did you let it go miss? Ay, her she was magic, she mixed. Ay, met her at one of the functions, we caught a little rhythm, she caught up a friend, they kissed and we dipped it, and that's how we kicked it.
Let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even